Okay, so going straight onto the lines to do this conversation, and it is actually my first time talking to Mr. Robert Clark since he was given the position as the communications person for Shatta House, or better still for Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Yes, Mr. Clark, good morning.
Good morning, Chief. How are you?
Big man, I'm doing fine. I want to believe you're also doing very fine.
I am okay, Chief.
Nice one. Interestingly, today is the first time we are talking when you assumed the position as the communications officer. So let me ask, how is the work treating you so far? Are my people treating you well?
Your people there, you know them.
I know them, but sometimes we can be annoying.
I know, Charlie.
Sometimes we can just be irritating and annoying.
But I guess it comes with the terrain, so
I know.
We just have to take it like that.
I know.
Although sometimes I wish some of them would do a little bit of research, just so that it keeps a little bit of the noise out of the space, so that we can talk to issues and address it. Because sometimes some of these engagements is not about debate. It's also about giving contributions that should be heard, so that your whatever insights are being shared can be considered just to make the scheme better. It's not about right or wrong. Sometimes it's about hearing. But when it comes in certain ways, it just makes it difficult for us to be able to, clearly listen and then take in the, whatever advice you're probably giving, so that, we can put it back into the system. So that's my only concern. But beyond that, I guess the terrain, what it is what it is.
I know. And I'm also sure, like you said, everyone is trying to cope with it. So they are learning. Very soon we will all be on the same level to understand ourselves. Yeah.
Sure.
I see. Now, how did the launch go for you? The expected people, the usual, was that what you saw?
The launch usually is the launch is actually for industry folks, and so what we expected is what we got. We got artists, we got people from corporate, we got people. Some of the old artists were around. We had media. We had, so basically a cross section of the people that make up the stakeholder community for music were available. And so, what can I say? We thank God for another successful announcement party.
I see. I know even the whole team, you guys were expecting feedback like, I'm not happy, this and that and that and that. So far, the few ones that have come out, have they all landed well, or some of them have thrown you guys off board?
Not happy with respect to, is it the nominations?
Yes.
I think yes, certainly everybody, some people are just interested in getting more. Some too usually come with some also, which we've discovered that most people also don't understand the classifications, or let's just say the descriptions and the categorizations. So sometimes it poses a lot of problems, but when we explain to them, they get to appreciate how the scheme runs, because the scheme is not running on let's say common sense, quote and unquote. What I mean by that is that there are descriptions given to like operational definitions for the things that are being done. So the operational definition is the point of reference that is used. So these are some of the things. So sometimes it's a bit, but at the end of the day, we explain before John. Some, and I think that it's not everybody who understands that some of these things, that some elements of sportsmanship has to come in.
Okay,
it's a competition. It's not like this does not say that you're a bad artist or a good artist. It's about the work you have done during a particular year being reviewed in the light of certain principles. So the fact that you may not make it doesn't mean you're not a good artist, or doesn't mean your fans doesn't love you. So it's just all of that. But I guess at the end of the day, like you're saying, we are getting there. We are growing. The industry will appreciate some of this, because sometimes you look at some of these foreign award schemes. It's all they declare the stuff and then case closed. You don't hear a lot of these things, but I guess every industry and their own peculiar things they have to deal with. So, Charlie, there's no need for heavy comparison. I just have to focus on this country's own and then see how we can work around it and make it the best.
Okay, now because it is our first time talking, there are some one or two we have also seen after the release of the nominations that we would want some clearance from you. For instance, I have a story here that is coming from Lord Paper, where he is quoted to have said he's not a new artist, he's an old artist, but unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for him, he was nominated in the New Artist of the Year category. How is the team responding to this?
Oh, okay. Okay. So with respect to the details of the board, I think maybe I'll give you whatever I can. But if you want further deliberations, you can always talk to the spokesperson for the board. But when we say a new artist of a new artist, it doesn't necessarily mean that you started today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any artist that breaks into mainstream have been like they've been there already, hustling, doing their thing. In fact, your very first song when it comes out, that's the final song that comes out is not even probably the very first version. You probably went through iterations and stuff like that. So you go through a lot before you come out. And when you come out, you may probably be known. But the question is, are you known to the scheme?
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is that for somebody that is known first, like is yet to be known by the scheme, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when you consider them in the new artist. You can also say that they have been discovered by the scheme. And the focus here is by the scheme.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that they are new to Ghana. No. Because obviously Ghana should know you for you to be able to hit. The scheme looks at things from the international point of, like from the national point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So you must have reached a particular level. So when we say new, it's more or less a discovery, or more or less somebody who is coming fresh and heavy into the scheme. And so that is what it looks at.
Oh, okay. So what it simply means is that the scheme is now getting to know you. Though you might have been around even for a decade, as much as you've not appeared in the scheme doesn't know you.
Exactly.
And the people on the board, whether they know you out of your works or not, once we are talking VGMA issues, they have to just assume or presume they don't know you.
Exactly. So the scheme, so that's why I initially mentioned that everything has to do with the way the scheme operates, not so much of common sense. Because if it's common sense, then of course, then we are not making sense. You understand?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Because common sense knows that Okreku Mante knows Lord Paper since he released the Erama song. Now he is saying that we just got to know him, so he is a new artist. That is not common sense.
So it is. Okay, I like the way you're putting it, but all I'm saying is that the focus is more on the scheme.
Okay, I get it.
How the scheme perceives the stuff, as opposed to.
well understood, Robert. Now, this point, I believe we are still maintaining the fact that for the band artists here, I'm talking about Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale. If you have anything to do with them in terms of collaboration, then it means you are going to be off the scheme. I hope we are still maintaining that point.
Okay, so it's not exactly that too.
Okay, what is it?
It is if you do anything with them, but the song is yours, you may be considered in other categories. The only category you will not be considered in, and the emphasis here is only category you will not be considered in, is the collaboration of the year. The collaboration of the year category looks at the weight that has been put in that particular category by whoever you are collaborating with. So if it's 2 or 3 people who sang on that particular song, that category seeks to reward how the 2 or 3 artists gelled, their production, what they did, and how powerful it is in that particular year that they are reviewing. So that is for collaboration of the year. So if you are banned, which means that you are ineligible, then it is not possible for you to be considered in the collaboration of the year.
Okay.
But any other category, you can feature in it.
Oh, I
You
see.
get it. So, for example, what's the name? Whose album? Whose album?
Sarkodie's album.
Sarkodie's album has got Stonebwoy in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's Sarkodie's album. You understand? So it's Sarkodie's album, so it's for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think is it
Yeah, the Black Love album. That is Strength of a Woman.
Yeah. Yeah. So all I'm saying is that even though Stone is there in the Black Love album, it doesn't mean that we are taking it away from Sarkodie. No, it is Sarkodie's work. It is his album. The only thing we'll not consider is a song that has some. If one person is banned, then it means that we will not consider you in the collaboration, because collaboration seeks to reward or award all the parties who were part of the song.
I see. But Mr. Clark, even with this, do you know there are some technicalities we can apply? Well, I don't know about the board, but then in the general understanding of music, there are some technicalities we can apply. There are some bits of differences between a collaborated song and a featured song.
Yeah.
But I don't know how the board applies, once again, their common sense to some of these things. Because a collaboration is or can be different from a feature.
True.
Good. So in this case, how is the board also acting on it? When it is a feature, it is not a collaboration. When it is a feature, how about that?
Okay, so I mean, okay, what is the issue? What does your question seek to address?
Okay, my question is seeking to address another technical point where Stonebwoy was featured on Sarkodie's Black Love album, that in any ways around the world, should this album win any category in any award, Stonebwoy is considered a part of it. He's a contributor. Though he will not be given a trophy, he will not be given a plaque, but he is still part of the people on the album. So in mentioning or in recognizing the people who contributed to the album, Stonebwoy is in there. And in our books, he has been banned.
Yes, okay. So in other ways, let me put it this way:
mm-hmm.
Who owns the rights to the album?
It is Sarkodie.
Exactly. So it's on the basis of that.
The same way, Wendy Shea owns the right to his song Stevie Wonder, and she featured only Shatta Wale, and whatever rights is there comes to Wendy Shea.
Yeah.
Is it not
Absolutely.
the same? Is it not the same story?
Yes, I agree.
Is it not the same story, Mr. Clark?
Yeah, it is the same story. I agree.
So why are we not considering Wendy Shea with Shatta Wale?
Oh, Wendy Shea just didn't make the cut. That's all. I mean, it's straight. She didn't make the cut. Like there are X number of songs that are in a particular category, and you keep on reducing until you make sure that at the end of the day you have your top. That's all. She just didn't make the cut. If it is what I said, the collaboration bit, it will because of their ineligibility, it will not be considered. The board will stay away from that completely. That is for collaborations. But any other category, of course, then it qualifies.
Oh, okay. So in short, Wendy Shea's Stevie Wonder song did not make the cut.
She didn't make the cut. It's not a big issue.
Oh, I see. Now let's move on to other details. When are we having this year's event?
So we are going to on the 4th of April. After 6 years, we are going back to Koforidua, for an awesome nominees jam.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, we are looking to have the business seminar, and try to bring industry folks so we can discuss how people can make money off their talent, of their skill, of their trade. So that's one of the things we're also looking to do, and that's supposed to be on the 30th of April.
Okay.
And then on 2nd of May, we are looking to have the finale.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So essentially, these are the key programs that have been lined up.
Oh, nice one. Are we going back to last year's venue? That is the Grand Arena.
Yes. We'll be going back to the Grand Arena. I think it's even enhanced in terms of experience, in terms of the logistics, in terms of the place. It's able to accommodate more of the ideas and ideals that we want to be able to push, and we have it's bigger enough to do some of the things that we've lined up, the experience we want to be able to create. We love the address, in terms of how easy it is for people to be able to get the kind of red carpet experience we want to be able to create. The space gives us that kind of opportunity.
That's true.
And and all of that. So we think that, that's the same place where we want to maintain. We've had a few people go. The health and safety teams have already done some visitations. They've come with their recommendations. We're ensuring that at the end of the day, health and safety is heightened. We're also exploring the possibility of heightened security. So the venue gives us the things that we need to be able to ensure that we give a very good program this year, and those are the things we are looking at.
I see. Now, one thing is that when it comes to VGMAs and their tickets, some people are always eager for the date of release, so they start buying to avoid maybe hoarding. How soon are the tickets coming out this year?
As for tickets, they'll come out, but Charlie, no, now let's wait more. People,
I'm in a rush, huh?
Oh no, not so. Before you know it, Charlie, some people have bought the tickets and they are doing they'll hot the entire thing and makes the time is up and then you can't find tickets and then you see the same people at the gate selling the tickets.
Oh, okay. I know.
Let's just let's wait when it's closer. Then it's easier because those who want to go and do wholesale and come and retail it, we want to be able to discourage them. So we usually like to let the period draw closer to the event itself.
Okay, all right. So I'm sure maybe after the first event, that is the nominee jam, we might meet in the studio for a lengthy discussion on this year's VGMA, bro.
Yes, Chief. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Clark, for talking to us. I appreciate your time. All right. So that was the spokesperson for Charterhouse, Mr. Robert Clare.